Good morning. I mean, here we are at all-time highs again, right? We consolidated overnight, you guys. What did you guys vote for in the chat? Bearish, bullish, or neutral? Put that vote in. 388 votes. I'm going to close it in just a minute. And let's close it. 3, 2, 1. Right at the open here. 53% voted bullish, 25% voted neutral, and 22% voted bearish. You know, I don't know if I'm going to find something to do here. Truly. But the good news is that there is 9:45 a.m. news. There's a lot of Fed speakers. Shit. Why are they all talking this week? Trump is speaking at 9:50. So I'm not rushing this open at all because, I mean, like, we're literally at all-time highs and we have this huge 4-hour gap below us. 2 huge 4-hour gaps. So what we're gonna do is just wait for the news, right? Dun, 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 dun. We have so much, like, I'm just looking at this. It's like flash manufacturing PMI at 9:45 a.m. Trump speaking at 9:50 a.m. And then you have like orange folder news at 10 a.m. Richmond Manufacturing Index. Okay. So, and then Powell speaking at 12:35 p.m. And Trump is speaking again at 7:20 p.m. Quite a lot going on, mate. A lot. Chris Tucker goes YOLO long. Up here, honestly though, like, I don't blame people that do. Because, I mean, what NVIDIA announced yesterday that it's investing $100 billion in OpenAI, and then NVIDIA ended up going up like this at the middle of the day yesterday, 12 p.m., went up 4%. Insane. Right now it's starting off down. Hit all-time highs, NVIDIA. Or did it just pause right before it? No, it didn't hit all-time highs yesterday. Yeah. I mean, then you have that. Then you have OpenAI saying that it's going to use a bunch more Oracle platform, and then Oracle has to buy the GPUs from NVIDIA, and it all just, like, goes back to NVIDIA, doesn't it? It's feeding itself. I mean, what was it? It was insane, the amount. For perspective, it's like all these numbers barely mean anything anymore because it's just so huge. Can't even grasp it. Right here. OpenAI and NVIDIA announce strategic partnership to deploy 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA systems. That's 10 billion watts. That's insane. That's more than some countries use. Like, that's more energy than most countries consume. For perspective. JR goes, use profits to give to customers to buy your product. Easy mode. Exactly. Tanya, a Jensen groupie. I saw some picture on Twitter and it went viral. It was like, oh, NVIDIA is up 50% since Jensen signed this woman's tits. Literally, it is. Like, it's insane. I mean, I think most of the people that work for NVIDIA are millionaires, right? Good for them. I mean, they're just so far in advance that, like, there's no company that can challenge them. It's crazy. But anyway, so, like, they're investing into, like, IBM also because, I mean, they're too heavily reliant on Taiwan semiconductors. But IBM's been falling behind for a while, so. Anyway, so now, I mean, I'm really not, like, when did this push up? Yeah, the NASDAQ pushed up almost, it hit 25,000 actually yesterday. So, kind of annoying with me yesterday, I actually tried a short, I tried a short here, I think. What time was that? At 9:40, 40-ish. I think there was a 1 minute FEG there. Because we came into a 1 hour zone I had marked out bearish fair value gap, and then we were rejecting. That being said, I did see that it did hold up in this bullish FEG. So once I saw this and I saw that actually ES was looking stronger, I was pretty much like, okay, I probably get stopped out. So it was a quick stop out. Held it for 6 minutes. And I tried to look for longs, and this just literally just didn't retrace enough. So I'm down $800. Like, I'm down 20 points from that, and I'm not really worried at all about it. But don't worry, everyone on Twitter yelling at me for shorting at all-time highs. But I mean, like, there's always pullbacks at all-time highs, so I think it's funny. Like, relax, bro, I tried it for 20 points. It's like, and then you have people saying, like, negative $800 is a small loss for you. Yeah, at this point it is. So it's not even my full risk, so. Twitter can be toxic. It's funny because, like, I like to post the show, like, yeah, I'm not taking wins every day and whatever. And then it's like, then everyone that wants to feel better about themselves or like wants to show how much smarter they are than you. Really, they just look dumb. So anyway, we didn't do much so far. ES is a little bit stronger. Yeah, we had this like consolidation overnight. And what did I mark out here for ES? I marked out like previous day high. MFX Legacy said, I'm surprised Max Options vibes with you since he's such an ICT hater. I was surprised too. I mean, I was like at a trader meetup that this company hosted. And he was there. And I was like, oh, I know you. I literally went up to him. I was like, I know you. You hate my mentor. Because I know him because he like reacts to stuff, and he actually reacted to one of my streams. I think a long time ago, like a year and a half ago at this point, I think, where I was like long and ICT then said he was short. And I was just kind of like, oh well, like I'm already in my longs. I have my thesis for a reason. And then the longs did work out. And that was pretty fun. It's kind of awesome because like that's I think the true test of how independent you are as a trader is if you came up with your plan and your thesis and then you find out, oh shoot, my mentor who I learned everything from is the opposite way, for you to just hold to your own conviction and your own analysis. So, trading is just about math in the end. It's just probabilities at the end. If you have your strategy. It's just not your fault it didn't work. If you're executing it all correctly, it's just math. You can't just get mad. Can't get mad at math. Why did I mark this out? It's a 2-minute fair value gap? Okay. Anyway, doesn't bother me anyway. So, the little win streak is over as it should be. Like, feels kind of good in a way because, taking a loss after being like on a hot streak and then it not being a big loss actually helps a lot with my confidence, because I'm like, okay, took a loss. It wasn't a big deal at all. And I was able to just like not snowball into something worse. Cause you know how many times happens where you take a small loss and then you're like, oh, okay, it's only 20 points. I can get that. That's such an easy thing to come back from. And then you're just pushing the button for that to happen right away for you to get it back. And then, even though and you stray from your strategy, that's probably like the worst case scenario. And none of that happened. So that was good. So that's the update so far for this month. What is it? The 23rd? Okay. Right. What's that update? Like now it's updated here to where, took that $800 loss yesterday. It's all good. See that drawdown? It's coming back into the bullish fair value gap to go back higher, Osama Lamri says you don't trade Mondays. I do trade Mondays on Ninja Trader. Oh, we have a lot of people talking now. Okay, we have 9:45 news here in 2 minutes, a minute and a half, and then we have 9:50. Trump is speaking. What is he speaking about, by the way? Does anyone know? Trump to give speech at UN General Assembly. Live updates. Okay. Wait, did this already happen? Oh no, okay, they're waiting for him. All right. So, where are we in this like huge zone right now? I'd be kind of interested in longs if we came all the way down here. Wouldn't that be crazy? But I mean, it would be. The 4-hour FEG and a discount, and also a bunch of sell side here. I was a boy. Here we go. Here's the 9:45 a.m. news, and what do we do now? Just retraced a tiny bit and dropping again. Nasdaq. Let me see where the speech is for Trump. What's YM doing? I feel like I haven't tracked YM recently, and I feel like yesterday I heard that YM gave the SMT for us to go long. Okay. Where did you come from? Where did you go? When did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Someone said I did an Australian accent earlier. Probably. I don't remember. I'll just slip into an accent. I don't know, because I think it's fun. This is a giant bearish fair value gap in a discount this leg. ES just kind of consolidating. I have the UN thing open for when Trump starts speaking. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Couldn't I know? Wait, is this on? I just don't understand. I feel so love a girl. I swear I'd be a better man. Okay, so here we are in that higher fair value gap. Can take me higher. I honestly have a weird feeling that like there might not be such a clean setup. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, there's no SMT at the high. Well, YM is definitely taking out that previous daily high. Is YM at No, it's not, right? Oh, it is. Okay. YM is at all-time highs. Or is RTY at all-time highs? Not yet. RTY is going to play catch-up. Small caps. YM is mooning. It's 9:50 already. Yeah, YM just like straight up. This is YM. Straight up. It's open. It's kind of crazy. Who trades that? A lot of people trade that in this chat. So like you just have the indices really out of sync with each other, to be honest with you. That's what's happening right now. The heck? Okay. There we go. Because, I mean, you have YN mooning, you have NASDAQ dropped a tiny bit, and then you have ES just in the middle. Yeah. Let's see how we react to this area. So far, what NASDAQ rejected it, dropped down, couldn't make a new low of the day. Now it's coming back up into this bearish fair value gap, so I'm just kind of monitoring it. Does Trump start speaking yet? No. Oh, there's someone like translating somebody. I think that's. Why are you guys scared of Trump, says Sunnyside. Nobody's any scared of Trump at all. We have 10 a.m. news also, so. Beyondry says, they say there's no volatility in YM, but most of the time it's more volatile than NQ and ES. I definitely think it does have the volatility in it. It's just I think a lot of people don't feel as comfortable trading it, since ICT doesn't cover it too much. And there's just like a different vibe to it, definitely. It's like typically inversely correlated to NASDAQ, so. If you're like always on NASDAQ's charts, then looking at YM can be a little bit disorienting, since it's inversely correlated a lot of times. And then, if you walk in with a bearish bias for NASDAQ, and then you're mostly focused on that, YM starts looking bullish, then, what do you do? Do you abandon your NASDAQ? Maybe later on NASDAQ drops. So that's why people like to kind of just specialize in NASDAQ. It moves nicely. Moves a lot. Most days. Yesterday, it moved a lot actually yesterday, right? Because in the afternoon that happened with the NVIDIA news. Wasn't that wild? Do, 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 do. I think I could understand. All right. Yes, and not hit previous day high. Nasdaq made like an equal high there in that bearish fair value gap. Now it's here, it's low. New low of day. Nasdaq, Nasdaq. All right, Nasdaq, new low of day. See what it does. Wicked it. I mean, see what happens here. Is it going to inverse this? ES not doing much at all. Is Trump speaking yet? Not yet. I have a little window open on the side to see if he does start talking. Yeah, I don't think that like what he's going to say here at the UN General Assembly is going to really affect the market much. But we'll see. But we do have this moderate news at Orange Folder at 10 a.m. Man, I hope today's not like a snooze fest. I mean, yesterday was a pretty big up day, right? What was the range yesterday? How many points did we move on the Nasdaq? Not that crazy, honestly. We only moved 277 points. Okay. Average true range last 5 days is 231.29 points. Okay. I wish that ES took previous day high for me to want to take a short, you know? See what this RTH hours look like. Okay, nothing. Like nothing. I can't take this short right now. Nope. I'll just wait if we... You know, if we have this 4-hour H4 fair value gap marked down, maybe we do end up coming into here and then having a strong reaction for longs. Really kind of a big drop. Actually not that bad, 157 points. So then we could move back up after that. Okay. What's D? Daily candle. So far, we moved 94 points on the day. All right, so I'm gonna write down a couple of things I was just talking about. Average true range of NASDAQ. $231. And ES is about what the heck? Oh right, I wanted it on the daily. 46.5. Okay. 12 points so far on the day. ES, very small range. Very small range. And Trump's not even speaking yet. So it's like some other guy. I think the Brazilian president, maybe. Yeah, it's the Brazilian president speaking. Guys, we barely moved on the 4-hour for ES. And NASDAQ also just small move lower. This is the 4-hour. That just closed for ES. You know, what did it do? It swooped this tiny low in this huge fair value gap, right? NASDAQ's a little bit deeper in this range. Let me delete some of this. Okay. NASDAQ's holding lower. So it's pretty much low resistance. Run lower so far. I don't really have an idea of where I would want to short it to. I'd rather wait for a long. Just don't like shorting it because of the yes, really did pause right there. Kind of annoying. Yes, took that out this previous daily high, it would be kind of like a different story. I guess like you could go and say it's a 15-minute. Like it took out London high. NASDAQ didn't. Yeah, that 10 a.m. news already passed. I didn't even notice because that wasn't even much of a mover. Okay. I'm gonna delete this middle line. What did we do during that 10 a.m. news? Nothing, really. Nothing. Nasdaq swept and made a new low of the session. Couldn't have no continuation. See, now as it comes back down up into this area again, maybe. Yes, do. Not much at all. Like, that's your SMT there, and then, like, I guess that's it. I'm not really particularly bearish for me to want to do this. I feel like the shorts. The short situation is tough. Because of, like, the indices are so out of sync. It'd be different if ES kind of started to fall apart here. And it's not. Right, oh, it took out previous 4-hour high, and then also took out the previous 4-hour low, and I don't even know. And that was previous. Okay. That was first. That happened first, then it took out the high. Now what? It's still it'll be different, like I said, if ES started rolling over, but it's just literally barcoding. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? You know, we're just like in a giant FEG in NASDAQ, which is why I don't want to short it. It could retreat. I mean, ideally, I would want it to come to here and, like, look for longs there. It's very dangerous when I want to, like, short on a lower time frame to retrace on a higher one. Yesterday my short was, like, a bit different because I had marked out this hourly FEG up here as a point of interest, right? And that was from pre-market. And we were actually rejecting it at first, but then we blew past it. Is Trump speaking it? No. Still talking about Brazil. And so actually there's already SMT. Are you talking about bullish or bearish SMT? I see the London high one. But that's why I want more downside from ES. Like, we didn't do anything here. One said he's done now. He didn't, dude. I didn't even. I've been having this up the whole time. Oh, the Brazilian guy is done now. Yeah, Brazilian president. You have their that's SMT. Yeah, and then we did break down NASDAQ. But what I don't like is that ES made a new low of day there and didn't displace. Here we are. Here's Trump speaking.
Making this speech without a teleprompter. because the teleprompter is not working.
The teleprompter is not working.
We're very happy to be up here with you, nevertheless. And that way you speak more from the heart. I only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
He's a comedian.
Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders.
We see some volatility.
Years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on two continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time. Here in the United States, 4 years of weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble. Today, just 8 months into my administration, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. There is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. It's the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity that we inherited from the previous administration, including ruinous prices.
The price is moving.
Record-setting inflation we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit a record high. In fact,
The only thing up is the stock market.
48 times last short period of time. Growth is surging.
48 times. Damn.
Stock market, as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. All of you in this room benefit by that. Almost everybody. And importantly, workers.
I don't like that we didn't invert this.
In more than 60 years. That's what it's all about.
So there's no bullishness
4
yet.
years of President Biden had less than $1 trillion of new investment in the United States. 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid, $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion.
See if we invert this.
Is now pouring in from all parts of the world. We implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in history, making this once again the best country on earth to do business.
Let me see if I can make this better.
Are investing in America. Awfully good investment during this 8 months.
There, that's better.
First term, I built the greatest economy in the world. We have the best economy ever in the world. I'm doing the same thing again, but this time actually much bigger, better. Numbers far surpassed record-setting first term. On our southern border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion. The last 4 months, that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been 0. Because if you look back just a year ago, it was billions and billions pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, mental institutions, drug dealers, all over the world they came. poured into our country with the ridiculous open border policy of the Biden administration. Our message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United States, going to jail, you're going back to where you came from, perhaps even further than that. I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the job they've done, giving and jailing so many criminals in our country. Previous administration, the number became record-setting. They're all taken out. Because other countries have no. Other countries are in the exact same situation with immigration, destroying your country. You have to do something about it. On the world stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago, we were a laughingstock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending at my request from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before. Today, I travel to the Middle East, visit my friends, and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf and those valued relationships with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. Other countries are now, I believe, closer than ever before. My administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after another, including with the United Kingdom, European Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and
We're just consolidating.
Likewise, in
Trump, say something, bro.
7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. Never going to get them solved. Some were going 31 years, 2 of them, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia, Thailand, Kosovo, and Serbia, the Congo, Rwanda, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. Did it in just 7 months. Never been honored to. Bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations not even tried to help in any of them. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations, escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. First Lady wasn't in great shape. She would have fallen. Great shape. Both in good shape.
I don't know what he's talking about, the war between Kosovo and Serbia.
Teleprompter that didn't work.
Like, that was a really, really long, that was a long time ago.
Bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much.
Who's he talking about there?
By the way, it's working now. It's going on. Thank you. I think I should do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving.
But he's right though. Like, I mean, the
United Nations wasn't there for us. It wasn't there. But if it really happened,
like, they needed to increase the spending from 2% to 5%. Literally, like, otherwise the U.S. is always has to like bail people out with their military, and then people get mad at the U.S. for being the world police.
but at least now all seem to write a really strongly worded letter.
That is wild to like give a speech and then be like at the place where you're like, you guys didn't help at all.
War and war action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never received.
This is like if this is long, like the reversal is so long, I don't like it at all. It's very ugly, very choppy.
For me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up, mothers and fathers who longer be endless and unglorious. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's prizes. A very successful developer in New York. The renovation and building of very
Someone from Kosovo's in the chat. Kay.
Said at the time that I would do it for $500 million.
What's up, Kosovo? Yeah, are you in a war? Were you in a war this year, Kosovo? I don't think so. Kosovo's been like independent since like 2009, 2008.
Actually, I realized that they did not know building product that proposing to build was CDO. Well, it turned out to be right. They had massive between $2 and $4 billion on the building. Did not even get the marble floor open to us.
The marble floors?
Building.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Still haven't finished the job.
He's talking about this building, a building with escalators.
That Congress testified before them on the tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that
it's true.
What it was, but they knew it was somewhere between $2 and $4 billion as opposed to $500 million guarantee.
It's true. Government spends way too much money.
Unfortunately, many things in the United Nations are happening just like that, but on an even much bigger scale, much bigger. And to see whether the UN can manage to play a productive role. I've come here today to offer the hand of American leadership and friendship. Any nation in this assembly that is willing to join us in forging a safer, prosperous world. And it's a world that will be much happier with, dramatically better futures within our reach. But to get there, we must check the failed approaches past and work together to confront some of the greatest threats. There's no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful weapons ever devised by man, which the United States has used. Just as I did in my first term, I've made.
Okay, he's saying that we have a lot of nuclear weapons.
Priority starting. My position is very simple. The world's #1 sponsor of terror never be allowed to possess the money. That's why short after taking off.
The thing is about me shorting, I don't like that there's equal highs here. And I don't like how much we just hanging around here. I see the SMT, but
Eve's answer was to continue their constant threats to their neighbors and U.S. interests throughout the region. Some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many of Iran's former militaries, we say almost all of them, are no longer with us. They're dead. And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 American B-2 bombers dropped the 30,000-pound each bombs on Iran's key nuclear facility, totally obliterating everything. No other country could have done what we did. No other country has equipped to do what we did. Greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that 22 years people wanted to do. With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's called, with Israel and Iran. Both sides agreed to fight. As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Fortunately, Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace. October 2nd, can we? Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. Rewards be too great. Hamas, their atrocities would be the rewards for horrible atrocities, including October 2nd, even while they refused to release the hostages. Instead of giving to Hamas, giving so much, and taking so much, so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages. Release the hostages. We've got to come together. We'll come together. Get it done. We have to stop the war in Gaza immediately. We have to stop it. Get it done. We have to negotiate.
We still didn't. We made a new low of day for ES, but
we want all 20 back. We don't want 2, 4.
We made a new low day for ES just now, but Nasdaq didn't, and we're just really, it's a slow grind. It's just barcoding, kind of.
The last 20 are going to be the hardest. Exactly what happened. We have to get them back now. We don't want to get back 2, and another 2, and then 1, and then 3. This process. No, we want them all back, and we want the actually 38 dead bodies back too. His parents came to me, and they want them back, and they want them back very quickly and very badly, as though they were alive. They want them every bit as much as if their son or daughter were alive. We've also been working relentlessly, stopping the killing in Ukraine. But that would be of the 7 wars that I stopped. That would be the easiest because of my relationship with President Putin, which had always been a good one. But that was going to be the easiest one. But you know, in war, you never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad. Everyone thought Russia would win this war in 3 days. But it didn't work out that way. It was to be just a quick little skirmish. Not making Russia look good, making them look bad. What happens from here on out? This was something that should have taken a matter of days, certainly less than a week. And they've been fighting for 3.5 years, killing anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides, every single week, from 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people, and some in cities, much smaller numbers, where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped. This war never started if I were president. This was a war that should have never happened. It shows you what leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country, what happened to the United States, where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be needlessly lost on both sides. China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries.
Nice job, Frank Stevens.
Russian.
He said, exhausted by the chop, got out for 4.8 hour win. Nice, dude.
2 weeks ago, and I was.
What'd you do? Like short the first, this
funding the war
2 minute?
against themselves. Okay, never heard of that one. In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal.
And we still never inverted this. There's no reversal for bullishness. This was starting to look good, but no follow through yet.
Very quickly, but for those tariffs to be effective, European nations, all of you are gathered here right now, would have to join us in adopting the exact same measures. You're much closer to the city. We have an ocean. You're right there. And Europe has to step it up.
I just don't want to short. There's so many equal highs, equal highs, equal highs.
Buying oil and gas from Russia while they're fighting Russia.
It's true.
It's embarrassing to them. Very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, I can tell you that. They have to immediately cease all energy purchases from Russia. Otherwise, we're all wasting a lot of time. I'm ready to discuss this. We're going to discuss it today with the European nations, all gathered here. So they're thrilled to hear me speak about it, but that's the way it is. We seek to reduce the threat of dangerous weapons.
Yeah, Powell is speaking also today at 12:50.
Once and for all, biological
12:35.
even beyond of the development of nuclear weapons. We know, and I get to do it all the time. Sir, would you like to see? And I look at weapons that's so powerful. We just can't ever use them. If we ever use them, the world literally might come to an end. Would be no United Nations talking about. Just a few years ago, reckless experiments overseas gave us a devastating global pandemic. And despite that worldwide catastrophe, many countries are continuing research into bioweapons.
Another equal high.
Unbelievably dangerous.
I feel like there's such low volume in the market right now.
International effort.
Like people, is there anyone in the chat that trades volume? Let me know what the relative volume is for today. I feel like it's super low.
Hopefully,
oh yeah, Jewish holiday. Is that today? Yeah, it's Rosh Hashanah.
Ever. Not only is the UN not solving problems that too often, it's actually creating new problems for us to solve. Number one, the crisis, migration, uncontrolled. Countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries. They have orders. 24, the UN budgeted 370 120,000 miles. United States. That is supporting people. UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and cars to millions.
We've done nothing for how many minutes now?
A year ago, millions and millions of people were pouring in, 25 million altogether.
For 33 minutes. It's like a slow grind lower. ES is starting to look weaker.
What took place is totally unacceptable. The UN stopped creating that. The idea that people from foreign lands can be permitted to travel halfway around the world. Borders violate our sovereignty, unmitigated crime, and deplete our social safety. We have reasserted that America belongs to the American people, and I encourage all countries.
Infotainment said he tried to short ES and got close to break even. I didn't take a trade yet.
By a force of illegal animals. It's like nobody's ever seen before. Aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody expected that. Nobody's doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable because they choose to be politically correct. There's just absolutely nothing about it. Look at London, where you have a terrible man, terrible man. No change. I want to go to be a law in a different country and do it. Or the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe. Something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained. What makes the world so beautiful is the country.
Yeah, lock and you go. That's pretty much it.
Right to control their own. The right to control their own. Limit the sheer numbers of migrants entering their country.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. NASDAQ still holding up in here. Holding this. Yeah, this SMT is not really holding. We made another low on ES.
Proud nations must be allowed to protect their communities and their societies from overwhelmed by people they've never seen.
I mean, yeah, NASDAQ still didn't hit a new low, which is kind of weird to me because it was weaker, right?
Have violated laws, lodge false cyber flag.
We're not doing much today. We're negative 10% on, negative 0.10% on ES and negative 0.21 on NASDAQ.
While we will always have a big heart for places that are struggling and truly compassionate, answers will be given. We have to solve the problem, and we have to solve it in their countries. Problems. We are very helpful. Countries not able to send their people. Used to send them to us in caravans of 25, 30,000 each. Massive caravans.
Very mixed day.
Pouring into our country, totally unchecked and unvetted. According to the Council of Europe in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in German prisons were foreign national migrants. 53%. Were right now. Greece, the number was 54%. Switzerland, 72%.
Locke Nugan says it's not even a useful constant if it is it. It is if it confirms.
Repaid kindness, and that's what they repaid kindness with crime.
If SMT doesn't hold, then you extend the line. No, you delete the line. I'm extending the line because this is still an SMT. NASDAQ still didn't make a new low here.
America, we've taken bold action to shut down uncontrolled migration. Once we started detaining and deporting everyone who crossed the border, moving illegal aliens from the States, they simply stopped coming. They're not coming. They're not coming. This was a humanitarian act for all involved. On the trips up, thousands of people a week were dying. Women were being raped. Never seen anything. Raped, horribly beaten, raped. On the trip up, the journey up, it was a long, arduous journey. It was also a historic victory.
No more equal highs. It swept that equal high here.
What we did.
Still never inverted this.
So many lives of people that wouldn't take the journey. That journey was loaded up with death. Loaded up with death. Dead bodies all along the roads of jungles. You get up, go through jungles, they go through areas so hot you couldn't breathe. They were dying of suffocation. Areas so hot that you couldn't breathe. Dead bodies all over. Them not coming was saving others' lives. Doing what they did, and the American public agrees with it. I was very proud to see this morning have the highest poll numbers I've ever had. Part of it is what we've done on the board. I guess the other part is what we've done on the economy. Joe Biden's policies empowered murderous gangs, human smugglers, child traffickers, drug cartels, and prisoners from all over the world. The previous administration also lost nearly 300,000 children. Think of that. They lost more than 300,000 children trafficked into the United States on the Biden watch, many of whom have been raped, exploited, and abused, and sold. Talks about that. The fake news doesn't write about it. Many others, young children who are missing or dead, found these children back, been sending them back to their parents. He said, where do you come from? We'll figure it out and we'll bring them back to their homes. Mother and father rush to the door and their tears in their eyes. They can't believe that they're seeing their son.
Do I watch Powell? Yeah, but that's at 12:35 today.
We've got almost 30,000 so far. Any system that results in the mass trafficking of children is inherently evil. That is exactly what the globalist migration agenda has done, and it's what it's all about. America, those days, as you know, are over. The Trump administration is working, and we are continuing to work, track down villains that are causing this problem, and also, as I said, to get back the 30,000 already returned. I'm going to find a lot. I'm going to find all of them, more than 300,000. They're lost or they're dead. They're lost or the animals that did protect our citizens. I've also designated multiple savage drug cartels as far as to do this. And you see it happening right before your eyes. Put it this way, people don't like taking big loads of drugs in boats anymore. There aren't too many boats that are traveling on seas by Venezuela. They tend to travel very quickly anymore. And we virtually stop drugs coming into our country by sea. All the water drugs kill hundreds of thousands of people. I've also designated savage drug cartels as far as foreign terrorist organizations, along with two bloodthirsty transnational gangs, probably the worst gangs anywhere, from MS-13 to Iraq.
Yeah, we're starting to get some action here. We inverted this. We took out those equal highs. So now I'm kind of just waiting to see what the reaction is. Are we going to make a bullish fair value gap, which we kind of just did, and now I want to see if we're going to respect it or not. And to answer someone, Nugent, who was asking me the question earlier about the SMTs, like this is where SMTs are helpful, because if you get so many on either side, like what does that tell you about the market? It's like super uncorrelated, and that price is not having a clear direction if you're getting so many divergences, right? There's not any clean reversals. If you have, like, you know, we had the SMT at the high and then at the low, and like now if we get one at the high again, then it's just going to be like, oh, well, it's truly like a 50-50 situation. There's no point for me to then, you know, put a lot of risk down. So anyway, let's see what happens here. If we just bleed down through here, I mean, we took out all equal highs here and here. It could be a high resistance run lower.
It doesn't blow.
That's funny where I muted him. He just talked about windmills. So now we inverted this again. So like,
actually, energy, make money with energy, not lose money to governments.
this went nowhere, right?
Most of them
Equal highs got swiped, inversion.
build them and they very few wind farms. So why is it that they build them and they send them all over the world, but they barely use them? Don't they use coal, use gas, use
It's truly like 50-50. I don't feel like we're going to be doing much.
Europe, on the other hand, is a long way to go with many countries think of disruption because of the green energy. And I give a lot of credit to Germany. Germany was being led down a very sick path, both on immigration, by the way, and on energy. They were going green.
I don't think we're going to do much moving.
New leadership.
ES will get to pre-market low.
Went back to where they were with fossil fuel and with nuclear, which is good, safe, good, properly. Went back to where they were, and they opened up a lot of different plants, energy plants, energy producing plants. Well, I give Germany a lot of credit for that. Said this is a disaster. What's happening?
We're literally
all green. All green is full bankrupt. What it represents, and not politically correct. I'll be very badly criticized. To tell the truth, New York City, I'm feeling a lot safer. We're getting. By the way, speaking of crime, Washington D.C. Washington D.C.
So basically, this isn't really holding this inversion, right?
Now it's a totally 12 days. It's a totally safe city. Everyone's going out to dinner. They're going out to restaurants. Your wife can walk out in the middle of the street without you. Nothing's going to happen.
Honestly, I'd like to go to DC now to see what it's like there, because I went. When was it? I went when Biden was president. It was not a good
1,700 career criminals
area.
Back to where they came from, the countries where they came from, put them in jails. Washington, D.C. is now a totally safe city again, and I welcome you to come. In fact, we'll have dinner together at a local restaurant. We'll be able to walk. We don't have to go by an armor-plated vehicle. Walk right over there from the White House. They've given up their powerful edge. A lot of the countries we're talking about, oil and gas, such as essentially closing the great North Sea oil. Oh, the North.
Yeah, Loch Nugent. So if there's an SMT on the top and the bottom, it's best not to trade, and for another confluence to line up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, right now.
And I said, you're sitting with the greatest.
It looks more good for shorts than longs, right? Took these equal highs. Said I didn't want to short with equal highs above. It took them, inverted this. Failure. Came back. Disrespected this bullish inversion, right? So I probably put this back to red. ES has this pre-market low. It's like hovering above. I would think it takes it out. But it's crazy how it's just like a tiny sell side, and it's such a slow grind lower. You know, if it's a good market from here, this SMT, the SMT of NQ, this would have been a strong reaction, and then it would have been a quick short from here to here. This would have taken like 5 minutes, but it didn't. It took how long? It's not even there yet. It's 47 minutes to move, not even 10 handles, right? Right, honestly, from this low to this low, it's 5 handles. And the way that, yeah, so it never displaced here to have a clean. That's what I was kind of looking for shorts. Came back up again. And then Nasdaq hung around here forever. Yeah. So now he's talking about windmills again. Solar panel.
Higher, lower, whatever the hell happens.
Climate change.
Climate change, no matter what happens, involved in that, with global warming, global cooling, all of these Decisions made by the United Nations and the others, often for bad reasons, were wrong. Were made by stupid people that have cost their countries, same countries, no chance to get away from this green scam.
Logan Scott said he tried to be disciplined and not trade Monday yesterday, and the easiest longs ever presented itself, and now today sucks. Welcome to trading, buddy. That's okay.
Telling you that if you don't get away from
best-selling Trump hat.
energy scam,
How did he fit that in there?
stop.
I agree with a good amount of things that he said about, yeah, they were too reliant on Russian oil. I mean, Germany closed all its nuclear power plants, and then that's basically why Russia thought it could invade Ukraine, because they're too dependent on Russia's energy. I don't know what he's talking about with his hat now. Oh, but I do think that climate change is real, though. But I think China causes like most of it. If you look at China's carbon footprint, it's insane.
Made up by people with evil intentions. Heading down
But that's also because it like manufactures so much, and everyone buys from them. All the cheap stuff.
The carbon footprint that President Obama would get into Air Force One, a massive
Hedge Monkey 6. That's not true, because Biden was president when Russia invaded Ukraine.
Talk about the carbon footprint. Then he get in and he fly from Washington, play a round of golf. Then he get back onto that big, beautiful plane, fly back, talk about again global warming, carbon footprint. Fun job. At extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced its own carbon footprint by 37%. A lot of jobs, a lot of factories closed.
Jay Sikkim says, nah, NATO better leave Russia alone, bro. We the aggressors. You have to be careful with that.
Much more.
You have to be careful with appeasement.
By a global increase of 54%. Much of it coming from China and other that are thriving around China.
That's why, like, they sanctioned Russia so much, because they don't want to repeat what happened with Germany, right? They just let them do whatever they wanted.
Nonsense. Nonsense. Now it's interesting. We have still radicalized environmental.
Anyway, I need to see this.
We want the factories to stop. Cows, we don't want cows.
The cows? Yeah, the cows, I mean, they do cause a lot of methane. Because we breed so many. For farming. For killings, for slaughter. Cow farts do cause a lot of methane. It's insane.
The problem is that other countries, like China, here it's a little bit rough. It blows. What you're doing down here, the air up here, pretty dirty because it comes in from other countries, and so forth. And the environmentalists acknowledge that. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage.
You see, like, all those SMTs and, like, the really long, like, the reversals take so long. It just shows that this is super choppy and not a high probability to trade. Like, that's why I haven't taken a trade yet. Even with this, like, I would have thought I wanted it to see, okay, it come back into this inversion quick, and then a quick rejection from here. Then I would, like, consider shorts to new low day.
Primary effect of these brutal green energy policies.
But with this, it's so ugly.
Of the environment, but to redistribute manufacturing industrial activity from developed countries that follow the same rules that are put down polluting countries that break the rules, making a fortune. European electricity bills are now 4 to 5 times more expensive, 2 to 3 times higher.
Electricity is really expensive in Europe.
Bill.
What's that? So who the hell is like translating on this?
Electric costs are so high. Well, the US
Someone is talking Portuguese.
heat-related deaths annually.
Everybody in this chat is like, go away, baguette. It's funny. There's like 18,000 people watching this, I think.
It's not the Europe that I love, no. All in the name of getting to stop.
Brazil jump scare.
The entire globalist concept.
That's funny. 50,000 people are watching this. We're all like, what the heck?
Their entire societies must be rejected completely and totally, and it must be.
Aumento da temperatura. Teve tocado também no caso.
What the heck?
China didn't have to pay until 2030. Russia was given an old standard.
Okay, they stopped it, thank God.
90 standard. The United States was supposed to pay like $1 trillion. But this other scheme. The fact is, the United States has been ticketed by the world for many.
You see, like, this is literally what's the issue is, yeah, all those SMTs, it shows like that. That just shows like what the barcode's like. Oh, there was an SMT here with ES before, that would have, oh, if it was a quick reversal, that would have been good. But now, what the heck? We have another one here? No. This is terrible. Because, like, oh, NASDAQ was a strong one, now ES is stronger. I don't think so. I don't like this at all. Along with what we were marking out for a while here, that, I mean, NASDAQ, where is it? It's this one. ES made a new low twice. NASDAQ didn't.
Probably exporting energy all over the world.
I mean, think about the range we have. It's a very small range, ES. 12-point range.
All nations, everybody.
NASDAQ small too, not even 100 points today.
Must also be fair and reciprocal. Challenge with trade is much the same with climate. Countries that follow the rules, all their factories have been plundered. It's really sad to watch. They've been broken. They've been broken by countries that broke the rules. That's why the United States is now applying tariffs to other countries, much as tariffs were many years applied to us, uncontrollably applied to us. We use tariffs as a defense mechanism.
I mean, how do you even analyze this? This is a literal barcode.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. By the way, we had the lowest inflation, and now we have very low inflation. The only thing different how we will ensure that the system works for everyone and into the future. We're also using tariffs to defend our sovereignty and security throughout the world, including against nations that have taken advantage of former U.S. administrations for decades, including most corrupt, competent in history. Maybe Joe Biden still now faces tariffs in response to its unprecedented efforts to defend the rights and freedoms of American citizens.
It took 9 minutes for us to go up, reprice to his 18 points on NASDAQ. I'm fine. Even if this does go lower, I'm like fine with missing this. It's just not a trade I want to stay in. It's 11 a.m., you guys. I can't believe it. Yeah, so Powell's speaking at 12:35. Maybe that would be better action.
We actually agreed that we would meet next week. Not much time to talk, like about 20 seconds. They were retrospect.
Do I use indicator for SMT? No.
But
My eyes.
thought that we agreed to meet. Seemed like a very nice man. Me, I liked him. But if you, and I only do business with people I like. But I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them.
We'll find out if this ends up going. I mean, I'll be happy enough to if this goes to. It does look more bearish nowadays. Be happy if this hits this low. I'm just gonna monitor this. Took how long to reprice to here? 9 minutes or longer? 10:55. Honestly, it's during the macro timing.
Working with us, without us, they fail just as others have failed. So next year, the United States will celebrate the 250th anniversary of our glorious, a testament to enduring power in America. We will also be proudly hosting 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Woo!
Thereafter, the 2028 Olympics. I hope that countless people from all over
This pre-market low is funny.
these celebrations of achievement, and that together we all can read miracles of history that began in July 4th, 1776, founded the light to all nations. And something really that amazing thing came out of state called the United States of America. In honor of this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries join us in renewing our commitment, values, those values really hold so dear together. Let us defend free speech and expression. Let us protect religious liberty for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity. Let us safeguard our sovereignty, cherish qualities that make each nation incredible.
You guys think we'll hit this pre-market low before 11:10?
I just want to repeat that immigration and the high cost of so-called green renewable energy is destroying a large part of our countries that cherish freedom, fading fast because of their policies on the subject. Strong borders and traditional energy are going to be great again. Whether you
Here,
come
I
from
took
north,
it finally.
south, east, or west, near or far, every leader in this beautiful hall today represents a rich culture, noble history, and a proud heritage that makes
All right, you guys, it's a pretty slow day.
unlike any other place on the face. London to Lima, from Rome to Athens, Paris to Seoul, Cairo.
Like I said, I'd be happy if this inversion worked out from here to there. That's fine. That's good. Good to see. But you have to just monitor. Yeah, it rejected from there. If someone had entered there, it would have been 1.5 R. It would have been in drawdown very little. And the second, I was eyeballing this one. It didn't come back to it. It did come back just to the bearish 1 minute there. But that would have been probably 1-to-1 or 1.25. See if it ends up getting to here. I mean, that's the thing, is that it keeps just wicking and stalling, and NASDAQ is a little stronger. So I would even just, if I were in this trade, which I'm not, I mean, we see how slow and boring it is. I would probably even just take off here. It's kind of boring day. Yeah, we're negative 0.12%.
Dry, wet, blood, life, and death. Now righteousness, protecting, so belongs to each everyone.
Yeah, I didn't really love that ES took out the high after that, because it's like, oh, ES was supposed to be the weaker one, right? And then it, yeah. Very sloppy today, right?
Precious, cherished, freedom, friendship, beautiful vision. Let us all work.
And NASDAQ didn't even hit. We'll see if NASDAQ hits this by 11:10, but it still didn't. And that's like literally showing it's a trashy market. Because it's just such slow delivery, even if it does deliver. Yeah, so many divergences at new low day. Doesn't hit it yet. You're late, NASDAQ.
God bless nations of the world. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's done just for the end of the New York session. He's done by the end of the New York session. It's funny. So it never reached back into this inversion.
On behalf of the Assembly,
This is what I was talking about. It did come back into this tiny bearish. All right. Thanks, Trump. Honestly, yeah. I mean, look, during that speech, what time did it start? You started at like 10:10. We stayed in mostly like a range. So I'm happy I hope I helped people stay safe. I did point out how I didn't like that they were equal highs. Here to be just shorting in this fair value gap, right? So it was much better after it took out those equal highs and it couldn't sustain this bullish fair value gap. I said that's a potential reversal to the upside. We would have to see how that bullish one would hold up, and it didn't. It turned into an inversion, and we dropped lower, right? Had that S&T here. And like I said, I wasn't particularly wanting to be in a trade that takes that long. So, I mean, kind of guess like what we have now is Powell speaking at 12:35, and I'll look at charts for the afternoon session. Maybe we keep, dripping lower, and then there's an afternoon reversal to the upside. See if NASDAQ hits this by 11:10. It'll be kind of funny if it doesn't, then that's another shitty SMT, right? What do we have for the rest of the week? Let's see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. New home sales at 10 a.m. Cool. That's typically decent. Thursday, final GDP at 8:30. Unemployment claims at 8:30. Fun. Existing home sales at 10 a.m. Okay. And then Friday we have PCE. Oh, that would be a good day. I'm expecting that to be a good day to trade. 10 a.m. U of M consumer sentiment. All right. I don't want to push today too hard. Friday, PC is important. Fed looks at that all the time when deciding rates. They've said that that's important to them, along with inflation, right? CPI. So, as well as like the U of M, those 10 a.m. U of M releases are always pretty volatile and can be like red folder news, even though it's marked as orange. A lot of times it's like red. The volatility. Today's the 10 a.m. news was a bleh, nothing burger. In fact, NASDAQ never hit a new low since 10 a.m., which is kind of crazy. Let me see that indicator for stat map for a second. Okay. Yeah, the 4-hour open was here for 10 a.m. 10 a.m. open. StatMap had a manipulation level up here. We got close to it. We took out a high there. And then the opposite manipulation level didn't get to. This is the thing, yeah. It's shitty. Well, NASDAQ never hit this low. It's 1110. We never hit that new low day, you guys. Now you have that. Some people are looking at that as an SMT. And if it inverts this bearishness, like, I mean, truly this is a barcode environment. Anyway, don't like be a degenerate today. Make sure you're not like over trading this. This is really choppy. It's small ranges. This is the worst kind of trades, like environments, right? Because I wrote down the ATR of ES and NASDAQ this morning, right? ATR of NASDAQ is 231 for the last 5 days. And today, so far, we moved only in total since London session, not even 100 points, 96 points, right? So it's a really small range, and those are the hardest to trade because there's just not a lot of trending action happening, right? And ES, it's 46.5, and today, so far on the daily, we moved only 13 points. And that, you know, we kind of walked in today saying, like, oh, it could be kind of like this, because yesterday we had just such a big move. All in all, it was bigger than expected, right? That afternoon push was definitely because of NVIDIA investing $100 billion in OpenAI, right? And NVIDIA went up 4% in the afternoon. And so that's a big move that the market kind of needs to digest. And I'm fine with not taking a trade here, knowing that there's still plenty more opportunities coming in the week. So don't be a degenerate today. You know, I'm happy that you guys were here so we could walk through this. We could listen to this Trump speech where, you know, price just consolidated. It's good practice, you know, practicing that patience. Because if you can hold out during this harder type environment, or, you know, if you could spot, if you're green today, congrats. If you shorted, you know, maybe me saying like, oh, I want to see this, if we're going to go higher, this bullish FEG to hold and inverted, maybe some people just shorted after that closed or shorted here, who knows? And if you made some money on the shorts, congrats, you know. Shows that you're good. You're good at reading price action and understanding the environment that's happening right now. But if you took a couple paper cuts today, you know, just accept it. It's fine. It's going to happen. Especially, you know, you've no follow through. It's fine. Just don't get too frustrated and don't overtrade it. You see, like I said, we knew it was going to be bad if this ends up inverting. This bearish one ended up having a strong close there. SMT at the low. That's past 11 a.m. So it really is just back and forth. And now I would delete this because ES already made new low day. So I hope that I helped walking people through that. And, you know, where I pointed out that if I were in the short, I'd probably take it off here, seeing that, you know, you could rewind to when this was happening. ES was taking that pre-market low and literally just so slow. That's how you get the inkling there. At the minimum, you put your stop at break even, because that divergence at the pre-market low, ES just wicking it and us not following through on NASDAQ, it's a red flag, right? So you can see there, we did not make that low. We didn't hit that new low day session for NASDAQ by 11:10. So all in all, we're still in this 4 hour, which is why I was kind of against shorting, right? Or short, if I were to short, I wouldn't hold it for too long. Just in this bullish structure still. The market had a big move yesterday. Just needs time to digest this. I'd rather just wait to see what this hourly looks like. Yeah, it looks like this hourly now. Yeah, now you just have to be careful. You have an hourly bearish fair value gap here. So it could literally just do the same thing that it did here, where it takes out this high again and fails. Next time we have a boring market like today, I'll do a giveaways. Let me know. Hit that like button. Let me see. 391 likes. Yeah, if this video gets 500 likes, then the next time we have ugly price action, probably tomorrow. Wait, what is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow if we have ugly price action, yeah, we just have new home sales at 10. Then we'll do a giveaway. For sure. Yeah, so don't be a degenerate today. Stay safe. There's still another day to trade. You know, one day doesn't make your career. So far on this week, you know, I have a small loss from yesterday. I'm negative 800, negative 20 points on NASDAQ. I didn't take a trade today. I didn't rush into it. I'm not going to rush into it either. I'll see, maybe I'll stream the afternoon Powell speech. Let me know whether I should. I think I can. I think I'm free this. My assistant's coming over, but I can have her doing other stuff while I'm trading. I have a meeting at 12:30. Oh yeah, I'm at a meeting from 12:30 to 1:20. So I'll check out what price action is like then at 1:30ish, and then I'll decide whether to stream based on the structure. If we're kind of here and starts to look bullish, I mean that would look good, but time will tell. Time will tell. We have Powell speaking at 12:35. Make sure you mark that out on your chart or set a little alarm because you don't want to get caught off guard there. All right, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you back here minimum tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9:15. And if structure looks decent enough for me to trade and I'm free, then I'll stream the afternoon also. Ciao.